Hello, streaming to you live. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Friday, April 10th, 2026. And I want to talk about increased energy and vitality, a subject that I'm going to expand on over and above what I talked about yesterday. And after I'm done that, then I'll be flipping the cards for the Feel It Friday workout, which is the X39s, the X49s, and the Aeons. And if you have watched any previous Feel It Friday episodes, you'll know what to expect. It's going to be a doozy today, so hope you're ready for it. But before we get to the cards, I got the presentation today. And I want to just make sure I got the right thing here. I want to talk about the X2O. This is the new light infused water machine that is being released by LifeWave, predominantly in the United States. And yesterday I shared some quick little clips, I guess if you could say. One of them was of this person who lives in Canada and has received a unit. And it kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit, because what was announced by David is that the release of the machine will be predominantly to the United States, or primarily in the United States, and somebody in Canada gets one. So I guess, when you know people, things, you kind of get a little help here and there, and not good in my opinion. Be fair to everybody. I think it's worthwhile asking that question or making that statement. And as part of the being fair, I wanted to dive deeper into the presentation that I showed on Wednesday. And I'm going to play this for everyone to hear, because I think it's good. It's good stuff. So, without further ado, let's have a quick listen.
And let me share screen here. And Wayne, in just the beginning here, you may want to comment on a few things. Okay. So at the global conference in October, I shared results from Water Study 1. I may cover that again a little bit later in the year because the results are so dramatic. But today we're going to focus in on Water Study 2. And of course, this is our light infused water. To give just a brief overview, some of the things that myself and Wayne and Meredith and the team have talked about is the rollout of the water machine. We showed off these prototypes to our SPDs in October, as well as showing it off in general session. And just to repeat, we're going to be going to market in the United States this year. We'll start in the United States first. And that's a pretty good representation of what the water machine looks like. In April, we have 30 of our top leaders in the U.S. have won machines. We are originally planning on shipping those in February. However, we found we wanted to make a number of upgrades to the machines, and that created about a 2-month delay. So we're on track, and our top 30 U.S. leaders have won these machines, and they'll get them in April. We're then making these machines by the thousands, and we're going to do our best to try to project what the demand will be. In the startup of this, we should have inventory. We may run out of inventory, but we'll be making thousands of them per month so we can keep up with the demand. July, we're estimating the second week in July is when we will be shipping the water machines to our U.S. brand partners. And Wayne, if you want to mention this, we're also having been speaking with Dr. Edward Chu and Claudia Hartneck in Asia and Europe, respectively. And we're going to give our leaders in Asia and Europe a chance to win these water machines well in advance of the release next year.
Absolutely. We want to make sure we know that this is rolling out around the globe, but we want people in markets around the world to start experiencing the benefits, develop their own testimonials, be able to share with their teams. So yeah, we are looking right now at identifying exactly the exact date, but making sure that some of these units are going to go to the regions around the world so that we can start getting stories from all over the world of these incredible benefits.
And then in 2026, so let's say for the sake of estimating, the middle of 2026, we're hoping to release the X2O machines in Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. And we're also looking at a release in Europe. This is driven by regulatory, but this is currently what we're looking at and planning. We've been holding off on releasing the definitive selling price because of some of the changing economic conditions in the world. This has to do with recent tariffs that could be imposed on various countries. So we haven't been able to pin down the exact costs on these, and that's impacting what the selling price will be. But I think since people have asked, we're shooting for a ballpark of about 5,000 US dollars. And the fantastic news is that we found a company that's going to provide financing on this. So if people want to pay per month over about a 2-year period of time, that's something that we're going to offer. And Wayne, I know we're putting together a lot of this information. If there's anything else you want to comment on there, please do so.
No, just making sure again with the financing option. Again, you can buy it in one purchase. You can get the financing. We just want to make sure that this incredible technology can get into as many hands as possible because we know everybody needs the benefit of these products.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's get into the science stuff. Now, the first water study, just as a recap, was designed to collect data, and we wanted to see, was there an effect of drinking light-infused water? We had done our in-house laboratory tests. We saw that there was a dramatic effect, and it happened quickly, but now we wanted to put this into a clinical environment. So this was an open-label study with 20 people. We collected blood data, urine data, bioelectrical data such as heart rate variability. We collected infrared data to see changes in blood flow. And what we found was that there was an immediate response from drinking this water, 15 seconds. And the magnitude was enormous. We saw, for example, that the metabolism improved within minutes of drinking this water. Increases in energy, increases in protein synthesis, improvements in production of collagen, activation of, say in simplistic terms, the pathway that elevates NAD, which is an antioxidant that's linked to age reversal, and many other things. So we're crazy excited that we saw such dramatic effects in 100% of the population from drinking the water. So we said, okay, let's put together a second study, and now let's look at bioelectrical measures. So the first study was a blend of biochemistry and bioelectrical. And the second study, we wanted to focus much more into the bioelectrical measures. And over the years, what we found is that when we combine the biochemical and the bioelectrical measurements, it gives us a much fuller picture of really what's happening in the body. I'll give you an example. Let's say that you took a blood test, and in the blood test, it showed that you had elevated levels of specific types of inflammation in your body. Okay, that's one piece of data. Now, if you use a bioelectrical measure, it will show you where in the body you have that elevated level of inflammation. Is it localized or is it systemic? So we wanted to take these various bioelectrical measures. And spoiler alert, in this study, we also showed that there were immediate effects in 100% of the population. And some of these effects were absolutely enormous. And of course, we hit statistical significance. And I think you're going to be surprised, actually, at some of the things I'm going to share with you. Okay, the other thing that we did in this study was we used a control. So the first study, everybody got the light-infused water. But in the second study, this one that we're talking about today, we decided to compare what would be the difference between just drinking a regular bottle of spring water to the light-infused water. And we put 10 people in what's called each arm or each group of the study. And you can see that ages ranged from anywhere from people in their 20s all the way up to 90. So group 1 drank bottled water only. Group 2 drank light-infused water only. The beautiful part about these machines, the X2O, is that everything in them is automated. So you simply add in water to the reservoir that's on the left. It will hold 2 liters. You can put in spring water if you want. You could put in tap water. And the machine will filter out heavy metals, chlorine, the forever chemicals, pesticides. It will take all of that stuff out. It will infuse hydrogen into the water for the processing so we can put light into the bonds between the hydrogen and the oxygen in the water.
So when I hear the word hydrogen, infuse more hydrogen into the water. How does that happen when water molecule is specifically 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen? How do you create more hydrogen? Well, either you clean it or you distill it, essentially to remove any contaminants, so that way when water changes from a liquid to vapor and settles back into a liquid form, then if it's clean, then if there's any contaminants, they leave, because the hydrogen and the oxygen stays together. Does it not? So is it a form of distillation? I'm asking this question because how else would you put more hydrogen into water? How? There's only one way to do it, and it's in the form of distillation. Because temperature is the only thing that will change the state of water, whether it's going to be a liquid, vapor, or a solid. This just doesn't change miraculously. I'm asking the question. So there's, I'm just observing, right? I'm being totally, how would you say, open to what I know and what makes sense.
That process takes about 45 minutes. So you'll just press a button on the touch screen of the water machine that says dispense, and you'll get a 500 mil 16-ounce glass of light infused water that will come out. But this machine will process the water for 45 minutes, and it will keep it light infused. So there's a cycle in the machine that after the initial 45-minute cycle, it keeps it in a quote-unquote charged state, so that if you use it 12 hours later, you're all good. And of course, we took baseline measurements because we want to know what are the readings that people have before they consume the water, and then do their readings change after drinking the water. Now, when we're talking about bioelectrical measures, there's a variety of different types of equipment that we use to collect data. And one of the pieces of equipment that was used in this study is called an accugraph. And you can see that this is a tool to measure energy flow through the meridians, the acupuncture meridians in the body. Now, one thing that I want to point out about measuring meridians is that this is not something mystical. Acupuncture meridians were discovered in Asia thousands of years ago. And of course, historically, that is credited to being discovered in China. Although in India, there's certainly mention of meridians. But in any case, this is something that goes back thousands of years. People in India and China knew that there was an energy flow in the body. Today, scientifically, what has been discovered with imaging techniques is that these meridians are actually fibers that are in the body that are made of collagen. These fibers are very thin, and they're surrounded by electrolytes, so they are conductive. And the incredible thing is that these collagen fibers conduct infrared energy.
It's very interesting how David is mentioning this, because it makes me think about fascia and how it is also part of the electrical system that's within the body, and it's underneath the skin but over the muscle. And I believe this is a component of what he's talking about.
So these are fiber optic cables that conduct light and are used for light signaling. So when we're talking about acupuncture meridians, that's the traditional way of naming them. However, what I want you to know is that this is a legitimate physiological structure in the body. We can define it in Western medical terms, and these are fiber optic cables in the body made of collagen that conduct light, and they're part of the body's communication system. So the beauty of how we were created is that we have redundancy. We have a nervous system to conduct bioelectrical current that helps move our body, and we have a communication system based on light. And when we have a creator that makes the world full of light, it's no surprise that our bodies use light for communication. So that's what that's all about. Now, we also use a piece of equipment called the Excel 2. And again, similar to the accugraph, this is going to detect different points of electrical conductivity in the body. And traditionally, an acupuncture point, which is an access point into a collagen fiber, is a point of very low electrical resistance. Now, if you're suffering in pain that point of pain has resistance in it, bioelectrical resistance. And for people in pain, one of the things that I recommend is that people use electrolytes like potassium and magnesium, which coincidentally is found in Celergize. But that use these electrolytes to help improve the flow of energy in the body. So if you're in pain, that's one of the ways, that's one of the things that you can do to manage the pain. Drink water, increase your electrolytes, which most people are deficient in, and will get a better flow of energy through the body. And of course, the patches are phenomenal at improving the flow of energy through the body.
I'll
So
agree with that.
with the water study here, we
It
can
helps.
measure that. Let's see, to keep things moving along here, because I want to make sure, leave room for our questions. We've also got a data logger. And again, this is going to record voltage, current, and resistance. And basically, this, again, is an indicator of how we have energy flowing through the body. We use the air pressure sensor to see, does this change respiration? Does this change how people are breathing? Does it improve oxygen levels in the body? We also, this is a piece of technology that we've used in many studies. It's made by a company called Thought Technology. And we use this, part of what we use this for is heart rate variability. But we can also measure the activity in the muscles, called electromyography. We can measure temperature, respiration, pulse. So it's a very effective piece of technology. We can collect a lot of data with it. This is a fantastic piece of equipment. We have quite a few people in our community, healthcare practitioners, that are certified to use BioWell in diagnostics. And as a matter of fact, been blessed to have met a group of these practitioners. They take a reading of the body with BioWell, they apply patches, and then you can see changes in the energy field of the body. Now, again, this is nothing mystical. This is all based on bioelectrical activity in the body. So one way to think about this is that when we have a flow of electricity, we have a magnetic field at right angles. This is something that we learn in physics when we're in high school, maybe today even earlier. So we have a tool where we can measure the biomagnetic field of the body and the bioelectrical field. And when energy levels in the cell increase, as it does with the patches and the water, we can see an increase in the flow of bioelectrical activity in the body and an increase in the biomagnetic field.
So, before we progress to the next part, I just wanted to also state and revisit what I shared the other day. And this is the tool that I have, which is called dowsing rods, and it comes from Eastern medicine. And in here, I just got some. Move these packages out here. Basically, it is this here, and it uses the saliva from that of the person you are testing, and you put the saliva in as part of the testing mechanism, because there is voltage in the saliva of a person, and you can use that to detect how strong their energy field is. So now this technology is old, but it's not mystical. People know about it, and so when I hear David talking about the BioWell stuff, it makes me think about the dowsing rods and and the ability where I can test you as an individual without any really strong, sophisticated equipment, but it does, the results show, because what can be measured can be managed. So this is why water is important, is part of that electromagnetic field in the body. And does it affect your energy and vitality? Does it increase it? Sure does. So let's continue on with the presentation.
So these are legitimate physical phenomena. So as an example, with this technology, you drink the water and it will show you where the energy of the water shows up in the body. That's the value of it. We also have an infrared camera, and what we used the infrared camera for was to show how the water improves circulation. And specifically, when you drink this water, we can show on infrared that there is a rush of energy through the head and, of course, specifically the brain. When people drink this water, they can feel almost an immediate, when I say immediate, 15 seconds to a minute, they feel an immediate improvement in spatial awareness. And they feel mentally awake, improved cognition, improved wellness. We can detect this on the BioWell and the infrared camera. And it is delightful to see the expression on people's faces a minute after drinking the water where they're experiencing this improvement in cognition. So in this study, the type of data that we took, which was interesting, was to look at people's weight and also biological age. And we took their body temperature. Body temperature can sometimes be correlated to age if you measure it over time, because it varies by individual. We wanted to see if we're improving the flow of energy through the body, improving circulation. Would this have a beneficial effect on blood pressure? I'm not allowed to say because it would be making a medical claim. But we had a positive outcome there that was beneficial. Oxygen levels in the body improved. Of course, we took measurements of the flow of energy through these acupuncture collagen meridians. And we used the BioWell to measure the bioelectrical and biomagnetic fields of different tissues in the body. And you're going to see those results in a moment. One of the outcomes of this study was that we saw a rapid improvement in heart rate variability. What does that mean? You have 4 chambers of the heart, and you have muscle contractions in the heart. And the muscle contractions are at a ratio to one another. And as you would expect, when they're in a proper ratio, the heart is healthy. And this is part of what we would call heart rate variability. The water improves heart rate variability, so it improves blood flow, and it improves the health of the heart. Incredible, just from water and light.
So, is there any coincidence with the heart rate results that I have been showing you for the last 245 episodes? Is there correlation? Because at this point, there's nothing anybody can say to me that, I have a heart rate that's too high or too low. Really? I don't know. Because it's really knocking on the door in terms of what David is saying in this presentation. It really does. And it rings a lot of bells for me.
And then we asked people, how are you feeling? What have you noticed from drinking this water? So that was among the data that we took. So Here's the real shocker, I would say. And Wayne, I would say in all the years that we're doing studies, and I've mentioned this before, is that even with patches, the best we ever did was 96% of the people in the study responding. Typically, with patches, we get 85 to 95% of the people respond through measurements. But the water, it's been 100%. And in this study, out of all that data we collected, there were 100 statistically significant changes in the body. It's shocking that's the magnitude of the change.
That is dramatic and amazing. So was that the biggest surprise for you? Just the 100%? I mean, you obviously designed it with a specific purpose and specific benefits, but just
Yeah,
the dramatic, 100% is, I mean,
I would
even
say, yeah, I would say that in design of patches over the years, the first hurdle that you want to clear is 40% because the placebo effect is 40%. So if you clear 40%, then you say, okay, it's not a placebo. Then the next hurdle is you'd say, well, if I can get 80% of the people responding or better, now I've got a really great product that I can sell. And as you get over 90%, you're saying, okay, this is a fantastic product. We can build an incredible business around this. And of course, that's been the history of LifeWave. But now, when you have 100% of the people responding and you get this incredible systemic effect, all of a sudden, you combine this with the patches and you get results like what I had shared before. Somebody coming in with crippling arthritis, depressed, they're at the end of their life, and this is what their quality of life is going to be. And 5 minutes later, they're walking out the door out of pain, got their mobility back, and got their life back.
So there's no denying that markers that exist in the blood and in the body have a drastic effect on how someone can feel. And so if you are looking at removing those markers, how do you go about doing it? Well, it makes me think about blood quality and blood itself. And from what I know and what has been shared with me, is that blood is known to be 94% water. Water. Hydrogen, oxygen. And so, can the charge of the water affect the charge of the blood inside the body? One could safely assume the answer is yes. So, does electrolytes play a role in that, in how the charge is? Yeah, from a chemistry standpoint, it does. It's no secret that the guys in white coats like to play chemistry, and those who know about gastric juice and pH level, stomach acidity, know that in order to have optimum levels of activity in the body, you need to have sufficient levels of chemical structure. And what does that entail? Well, a combination of things. You can't have one without the other. So it's important to include all those pieces together, and when you mold them together, then they develop into something special, the human body. Because it's a combination of all these things: chemicals, water, electrolytes, light itself, collagen, fascia, a lot of things. And that's why it's so important to make sure that you are putting the right things in here putting the right things into here, into your eyes, putting the right things into your ears to reap the benefits. And we all know that if this nose here doesn't breathe oxygen, then you're done. Put a noose on your neck, squeeze tight, you're done. Matter of minutes. So, what is the true requirement of the body? Well, I think hydrogen is probably pretty high in that list because it attaches to everything inside the body. In cells, in DNA, mitochondria, telomeres, red blood cells, white blood cells, you name it. Everything. And your body's going to take whatever source you provide. And if it's the cleanest and most absorbable version of it, are you going to reap the highest benefits from it? That's what you think about. Now, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but common sense does help me navigate through this world full of deceit. And I think it's important to think about these type of things and to manage what decisions you make to help navigate you through this life. I've always said that the body is a master at compensating for things. It'll compensate without you even thinking about it. No different than when I'm talking about lifting the weights, and if I'm holding something heavy in the hand and I want to do a bicep curl, if the weight's too heavy, then your wrist starts bending automatically without you even thinking. And it happened when I was doing rotator cuff exercises yesterday. And I talked about that compensation that occurs in a split second. And one of the reasons why I put the anchor point on the wrist as opposed to holding it, the band in my hand, because the wrist will flex ever so slightly when there's discomfort that it's being experienced by the rotator when I'm doing that particular exercise. It happens split second, momentarily. It's like if there's a little bit discomfort, it automatically adjusts, because when there's pain, if there's a way your body can avoid that pain, it's gonna do it right away, instantly. And in order to build muscle, you kind of have to tear it apart to create hypertrophy. And where is the energy coming from? A lot of doctors know about mitochondria and ATP. And what power is ATP? Is it the hydrogen? Is it the water? Some people say it's creatine. Creatine, I think creatine is the industry's dirty little secret, because what it's made out of. I'm saying, because what happens is creatine gets into the fascia and into the collagen cells as well, and it plays a role. Well, where did it come from? Where did creatine come from? What's here that already exists that maybe we should be taking it, just not worrying about paying for something when it's already readily available? And where is it? Is it in the salt? Salt has only been around for civilization after civilization. Why is it all of a sudden now something that is new and exciting? Oh, because it's got a label on it. Really? Is that how we're going to confuse each other? To get ahead? To deceive each other? Is that a good thing? I'm asking the questions. Am I wrong for asking the questions? No. I'm just thinking of things from the most simplest standpoint. Not complicating anything. And does that increase my energy and vitality? Sure it does. Because I'm exploiting it. I think that's enough of a presentation for today. It's been a long kind of episode so far. So, today is the Feel It Friday workout. And I'm going to shuffle the cards because I haven't done it yet. I'm going to grab them here. So they're still in the last card from last week was the Jack. And it was Jack 9. So I'm going to put the cards here. I'm just going to kind of do a partial cut. Okay, I'll put them in the shuffler. And I'm going to use the card shuffler, so we're going to hear it. I like this. I know it's kind of silly, but I like shuffling the cards with this thing. Alright, so number cards are shuffled. Next up is the face cards. So, and they will get a shuffle. There we go. I don't know how well it's shuffled. I'll just cut it once. So, like this. That's it. Alright. And the metronome, I will be setting at a pace of 165, which is it's an aggressive pace. And see here. Okay, good. Screen is working. So, I need to turn on the Bluetooth speaker. And I am wearing the X49. You can see there. And there is the X39. Activating the light in my body. And one other quote here that I wanted to share just before we go. You think taking care of your body is annoying. Try losing the ability to walk. You think gym sessions are hard? Try needing help just to stand. You think rest is boring? Try pain that makes sleep impossible. You can move your body. If you can move your body, you are blessed. Never forget your blessings. And this is something that somebody shared, a friend on social media, and I thought it was worth sharing with you. So, here we go. I'm gonna I don't know what's going on. So, you can see there's the heart rate monitor. Active it. There we go. So, with the rope, I'm going to use the beaded one today while setting the metronome for 165. And are you ready to begin the Feel It Friday workout? So as you see, the text on the screen at the bottom right over here, the king is the jumping jack, queen is a mountain climber and a push-up. When I flip a jack, it's going to be skipping, so jump rope. And if it's ace, it's all three. So can you keep up with me? These are simple exercises, but at the pace at which I go, it's tough. It's tough for me. And can it be tough for you? Try. Test yourself. Try to keep up with yours truly. So, let's begin. First card is going to be King. reps 7. So king 7. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next card. Jack. 3. 10. 20. 30. All right. Next up, Jack again. 8. 10. 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70. 80. All right, next card. Ace. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 10. 20. 30. 40. Next card, Jack. 3. 10. 20. 30. Well, I think this second round is going to be hard. Ace. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70. 80. 90. 100. All right. Next up, Queen. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Next, Queen again. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, next card. Ace. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Next up, king. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Queen. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next up, queen again. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ace. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 70, 80. Oh. King. 3. 1, 2, 3. Jack. 8. 10. 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70. 80. Wow. Last card, king. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so 8:30. I'm gonna grab some more agua. Uh, 40 seconds left. All right. Gonna flip the cards, the face cards. First one is gonna be king. 3. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Next card, jack. 9. 10. 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70. 80. 2. 90. Next card, jack. 8. 10. 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70. 80. All right. Ace. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 10, 20, 30, 40. Next up, jack. 9. 10. 20. 30. 40. 50. 60. 70. 80. 90. All right. Next up, ace. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. All right. Next card, queen. 5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know there's a queen again. This time, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's 7. Ace. 10. Oh, you. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh yeah. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Oh. Next up, king. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Queen. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next up, queen again. 9. Oh, you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ace. 6. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just like the push-ups today. Whew. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. 5, 6. King. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jack. 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Oh. Last card. King. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so 20:09. Well, today's session was grueling. To have those queens along with the aces together, so it's a lot of push-ups in a short period of time, and certainly took its toll on me. So one more minute here, just till I catch my breath. And for every rep of the push-up, I make sure that my chest touches the floor. So it adds to the difficulty. All right, here we go. So today's session was tough, and I think it has a lot to do with what I ate yesterday. I had a baked potato with lobster tail and a piece of sirloin, along with some cheesecakes, I guess, if you want to call it. So for those of you who know the ingredients or the proteins that I'm mentioning, you can probably figure out where I went. I went out to eat last night. Kind of a little bit of a celebratory dinner. And I think that the choices did have an effect on my performance today, because I did those cheese kind of biscuits, I guess they are. Not necessarily the best thing for cardiovascular strength and cardio conditioning, to say the least. So, and I could definitely feel it today. So today's date stamp, April 10th, 2026. Starting time was at 3:03 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That was at least the time of the workout. Maximum heart rate I hit today was 158. So if there's one thing I noticed different is that the level of recovery in today's session between each face cards was a lot different. So it makes me think about the barometric pressure, which I'm just going to have a quick peek at it here. Have a look. So that is the current barometric pressure, 1010-21, and basically over the last plus minus 7 days, so you can see in the center of the screen here, there is where the line is, and where the barometric pressure was over here when it was at its highest on the April the 7th, and then over a span of 24 hours it dropped to where it is almost today. So the pressure went up 3/4 of the way over the span of the next 3 days. Kind of yo-yoed up, and now it's yo-yoing back down. So this definitely has an influence on performance, whether you know it or not. I think it does, and I could feel it today, because the push-ups, I didn't like it. So it just reiterates that I got to keep at it, but in order to maintain a high level of performance, I got to make sure I'm putting the right kind of carbohydrates into the body, and that wasn't the case yesterday. So the first round I felt good. The second one was tougher, and I can certainly feel it in the arms and the triceps, and also from the biceps part of the skipping, right? So I haven't skipped that much with the beaded rope this past week, so I could feel it today. So it was good, a solid effort nonetheless. And tomorrow is going to be another day where I'm going to have the opportunity to test my fitness, where I'll be doing the 10-minute hit along with the fitness stress testing. So it will be interesting to see how that all goes, and hopefully I have a good meal this evening that'll be stronger to help fuel. And I can sense the activation from the X49 today that I'm wearing here, and and the activation came almost at the beginning of the first round, or not, almost at the end of the first round, near the, and just around the rest time of 2 minutes between the two rounds. That's when I started to notice it, and so part of me thinks about muscle being used as a source of energy as well, because you're going to have storages, and so if that correlates into creating performance, faster utilization of amino acids, well, then that can be a reason for it. So it's one thing to eat the amino acids, and it's one thing to be depleted of it. And so where is your body going to look for energy? And it will always look at muscle fibers first as a source of energy, because it can convert it like this fast. So, and it's also an indicator of how fast your body can do it, and you can keep doing the routine, the conditioning routine. And that was the case for me today. So a little bit of a, how would you say, a quick analysis of how I felt and how things went. And tomorrow is going to be another day. So make sure you eat well, you sleep well, and power your body with the best. And whether that includes the X2O that I showed here, which you can get directly from LifeWave. You can click on the link, and if it's available to you, then you'll be able to see it as an option. And I just I look at the blue light behind the machine, so that's ultraviolet, and it's this kind of same color that's on what I have here when I'm making in my basement as we speak. So if you're wondering what that is, watch the replay from yesterday and you'll see, because I showed it. So that's it for today. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Share and like with your friends. Click on the links, and or scan the QR codes, and start unlocking your bioenergy. Bye.